Alright, let's take a look at some Cold Monk gameplay.
For my king! Vruun will rise!
Shattering Palm Hollow Resonance triggers, you can hear it. Yep, the Concussive runes make a really nice bonk, and they leave this runic effect on the ground when it procs. Bonk. Yeah. That's the Concussive runes. Okay, this contrast is actually good for the show. So when I hit them with the Shattering Palm, you can see these white circles. Everybody within the circle is getting coated in ice, which then blows up when I deal enough damage. Whatever enough is, according to GGG. I also have these power charge and crit gloves combined with the Hollow Resonance, socketed with the Concussive runes, Roots, Inevitability, and Chimes of Ailith is what enables me to constantly stay at 6 power charges. I could use Killing Palm on my bells or Crash mobs, get some more if I wanted to, but it's pretty self-sustaining as long as I'm critting. My bell is ringing, giving me power charges. And I get double the benefit, so when I crit, my gloves also give me a power charge. On my hollow form, I have some support gems to make my power charge usage a bit more efficient. That's a good one. Just a couple of divines. Who am I kidding? I'm just gonna gamble craft on it. Make some gigajoules. Then, as I keep gaining these power charges, I also have Falling Thunder, another way to spend power charges. And I can also do that to get some buffs from calling the bell, so I get Blazing Critical. Thrill of the kill, so I gain lightning damage, I gain fire damage every time I call something. Alright, I'll show you the single target boss setup. Might as well get some power charges like this. So we start with Hand of Chayula, put a mark on him, hit him 4 times, drop the bell. Okay, get some power charges, combo, 10, boom. So, we have this from our Ascendancy. I don't think a lot of people are taking this. Most people go for Martial Master, which requires 4 Ascendancy points. So you're not going to be able to get to this and the Martial Master node. Both, because basically every martial artist in the game takes Stone Fists, which requires some investment as well, so it's like kind of a either or situation. Anyway, we have Hollow Resonance, which is the bell on my back. Rings every time I get a crit with anything. We have it supported by cooldown recover 2. Base cooldown is 0.5 seconds. We want to get that down so it can ring more often. And we have Stun 2, which makes the hits from this skill cause 70% more stun buildup. That's the base. Now, the cool thing we can do here, first I'll show you, we have Runes Inevitability. We can try to socket it into this Hollow Resonance. It won't go. says it supports melee attack skills. And while Hollow Resonance is an attack, it's not considered to be a melee attack. Except, we can do here is get this. So Concussive Rune supports attacks, causing a runic shockwave to erupt under enemies they heavy stun. This costs a little bit of runic ward, so you have to get a little bit of that from somewhere. I get a crit, the bell on my back is gonna ring. This is gonna trigger Concussive Runes, which is gonna, if this manages to stun somebody, it's gonna cause a shockwave, which deals 531% attack damage around the target. And this also gives us a melee tag for our Hollow Resonance, which allows us to socket this Rune's Inevitability into it. It says supported skills can now gain combo. They also expend all combo on use, and Hollow Resonance is a passive trigger ability, so I'm not going to be pressing any buttons. It's just every time I crit, it's going to ring. And that's going to burn combo. This lineage support gem, Chimes of Ailith, support skills which can expand combo, which Hollow Resonance now can with Rune's Inevitability in it. On expanding combo with supported skills, you have a chance to gain power charges based on the amount of combo expended. And this is how we can automate our power charge generation. All we need to do is get a crit, which we're probably gonna get with this. This is our main ability, Shattering Palm. It's a melee strike. It's a single enemy that then coats nearby enemies in shards of ice. Dealing enough damage to those enemies will shatter the shards, which then causes an explosion that deals 553% attack damage as cold damage in an AoE. So we hit with this. It crits, causes our bell to ring, and when our bell rings, it has a chance to stun an enemy, a pretty high chance, and when it does, it triggers the Concussive Runes, which triggers the Runic Shockwave, which is again over 500% attack damage in an AoE. All my hits with Shattering Palm generate combo for Hollow Resonance. When it triggers, it turns the combo into power charges. We combine this with the gloves I have. They have this Abyssal modifier, which is percent chance to gain Arcane Surge when you deal a critical hit. And go over this real quick. You probably know this. We have the Stone Fist gloves you equip have their base type transformed to Fist of Stone while equipped, and their explicit modifiers are transformed into more powerful related modifiers. And for this particular mod, on the bottom, it turns into percentage chance to gain a power charge on critical hit. So we have a chance to gain power charges on crits from this, and then we double it with this, which also has a chance to give us power charges on critical hits. And that's basically the build. My gear, this is the only thing I bought, everything else I made myself. And you'll see these gloves have the +2 to level of all melee skills to it, and then the chance to gain Arcane Surge when you deal critical hit. Those are the most important bits. I throw them here, and my Stone Fists turn those modifiers into +1 level to all melee skills. And we get another line here, 11% quality to all skills. That is the +2 melee modifier, Stone Fist version. And then the power charge on critical hit, that's I get that from Arcane Surge on crit when I equip these. So you basically, if you want to do this build, you're gonna need to make gloves like this, and you'll need to get an Abyssal modifier on it. Luckily, if you have enough Omens of Light, you can just keep rolling until you hit this modifier.